Good morning. Joining me today in a place called Porto Belo. Porto Belo. I live at Porto Belo. Porto Belo in Scotland, in Edinburgh. It's a neighbourhood where I live. But this Porto Belo is not in Scotland, as you might have been able to tell. This Porto Belo is quite a lot further away. Porto Belo. There's a sea. This is where my in-laws live. They're very close to here. In the south of Brazil, in the state of Santa Catarina. And my father-in-law loves fishing as well, so he's agreed to take us out on his new boat that he bought a few months back. I'm excited, looking forward to it. We came out for a run the other day, not doing much fishing, but I got really badly sunburned, so today I'm wearing the whole UV protective gear. Boat is up there in the marina right now. It's a really good scheme they've got here. You pay every month, the boat gets kept in this shed thing. They wash the boats, clean them, they bring a tractor and bring your boat down for you. You get on the boat, they push you out on the slipway there into the water, and then when you're done for the day you bring it back and they clean it all. They get all the fresh water in through the motor and everything. So very good setup. There's lots of really cool fishing boats here. You can see all lined up and parked up in there as well. We're just going to wait now for my father-in-law's boat. We're going to get out in the water. It does look a little bit coloured, that water today, which is not great because we were fancying a bit of lure fishing for robalo, which are snook, but I'm not sure with the lures if that's going to be such a great option. But anyway, we'll make the most of it. We'll see what we can catch. Surely we'll winkle something out. Thank you very much for joining me here on my new YouTube channel all about fishing. The Highland Hooker. I'm not in the Highlands, definitely not in Scotland. Out here in tropical Brazil. Father-in-law's rods all down there set up. Got the fuel ready to go. Let's get going. And in the water we go. For those of you who have never been to Brazil, this is a very quick geography recap. So, I'm in the south of Brazil at the moment, in a place called Santa Catarina State, which is in the far south of Brazil, very close to the border with Uruguay and then Argentina. It's summer at the moment and temperatures can go all the way up to 38, 39, 40 degrees Celsius, and it has been these temperatures in the past few days, but it can also cool right down at this time of year to around 20 degrees Celsius. And in winter time it's actually pretty cold here, with temperatures going down to 3 or 4 degrees Celsius. The main tactics today were going to be trolling, or as they say in Brazil, corricando. This is not my preferred method of fishing anywhere in the world, but at this time of year, which is towards the end of summer, it's when a fish called Sororoca arrive, which are Spanish mackerel. In other parts of Brazil where it's warmer year round, Spanish mackerel tend to stay throughout the year, but in the south of Brazil, Spanish mackerel appear on these shores at the end of summer and through winter time. So as this was the beginning of the Spanish mackerel season and they hadn't really arrived in any numbers yet, my father-in-law wanted to do a bit of trolling so we could find the fish, and then perhaps, once we did, see if we could locate any shoals and stay on them. This might be my blank saver today. I'm not sure what this is. It's a colourful little thing. Kind of blues and golds and oranges on it. Looks like a kind of blenny type of fish that we might get in the UK. Caught on the jig. Blank saver so far, and it might be the blank saver overall because we're not having a very good day. Anyway, it's a fish, not blanked. Sororoca! Yeah. Finally got a fish. This here is what they call in Brazil a sororoca, which is a type of mackerel species, a type of pelagic mackerel species. It felt like a monster when it hit like a train, but it's actually quite small. They get a lot bigger than this, up to 5-8 kilos I think. I would not like to know what one of these would go like on tackle that I'm using at the moment, but I'm happy I got my first ever one. Let's see if there's any more out there. So catching Spanish mackerel was an absolute joy on this very light gear. These are very small Spanish mackerel. They'd get a lot bigger, up to 4 or 5 kilograms. And I'm actually very fortunate I didn't encounter any Spanish mackerel of about that size. Most of all because they would have snapped me off. These things are like mini tunas. But second of all, I don't know if you can see in these images, but these fish actually have pretty large teeth. And with my very light 12-pound fluorocarbon tippet, a bigger fish which would have swallowed the lure would make very, very quick work of my tippet leader. A lot of the locals here actually prefer to use wire traces on the end of their lures. Otherwise they just lose too many of them. Still, for it being the start of the Spanish mackerel season, we were lucky to encounter quite a few of them. Over the coming weeks and months, apparently, they will arrive in bigger numbers and the bigger ones will arrive. So I might have to rethink my tactics if I'm going to be going back out for these guys, get some beefier gear.
Tem peixe grande isso. Eita!
Watching replays of this footage and doing a bit of research, this is actually a leather jackfish, which is a species of jack which is found all the way from Massachusetts in the north of the United States all the way to the south of Brazil. And as far as I can see, for their size range for this part of the world, this is actually quite a large one. Very unfortunate that I lost it, but they're jumping fish and they do tend to throw lures quite often.
Ela é desgraçada pra fugir.
Que bosta.
Isso acontece. Vem!
That's me lost 3 fish today. Today's definitely been about the fish that we lost. That one there, right at the side of the net, right at the side of the boat, was a cracker. I don't know what it was, but put up a really good scrap on this light gear. Probably about 3 or 4 pound, whatever it was. Run 12-pound braid and a light 10 to 30 gram rod, travel rod. You know all about it. 3 fish lost. Might be my lot today. We've had 2 on the boat, so we keep going. Look what I got. That is my first ever scabbard fish, which is here in Brazil known as a peixe espada. Absolutely beautiful thing. Usually only catch them at night, so I'm quite surprised to get this. It's a small one. They get very big. They get to about 5-10 kilos or so, but they're absolutely bizarre looking creatures. Huge teeth on them and extraordinarily silver. I'm happy with that. Bate forte. O Sororoca de novo.
Sororoquinha. Você quer filmar?
Só um pouco.
Pega alicate. Ah, está filmando.
Tá filmando no meu. Peixe bonito, né?
Pode jogar, né?
Cadê? Ah! Que merda!
É um peixe agulha.
É, peixe agulha, né?
Esse aqui eu nunca tinha visto aqui não.
Não.
Já peguei ele lá na Bahia, porque lá eu peguei dele. Guarapari, não lembro nem onde.
Got a mini swordfish. That is a... we call it garfish in the UK. I'm not sure what it's called out here. It's a garfish. On the lure, I thought it was a lot bigger than it is. Got a small little thing. On this light rod, it absolutely went for it. So that was that. 6 fish landed by me. Lost 3, including a real stonker, which was really annoying. And I'm going to be dreaming about that lost fish for quite some time. I got it so close, I could see it. Just the way it goes sometimes, right? But we're back on dry land. What a day. I'm knackered. So that was my first real experience of light fishing here in Brazil with lures. A really good day out, managed to get 6 fish on the boat and lost another 3. And it's taught me quite a lot already about what I want to do on my next session, which there will be plenty more of, and I'll be filming them right here on this channel. My Scottish skin is not adapted to this weather. It was extraordinarily hot and I was pretty knackered by this point. Okay guys, I wanted to give you a very brief tackle overview. You'll see what I'm holding in my hand is a very tiny rod tube. Obviously when you're travelling like I am at the moment, from home in Scotland all the way to South America, which was 3 planes to get here, you need to travel light, you need to travel small. This here is my rod. It is absolutely tiny. I'm not even sure if it comes out on screen as how tiny it is, but it fits in hand luggage, it fits in your main suitcase easily, no problems whatsoever, perfectly protected. Got this whole gear at Edinburgh Angling Centre, by the way, or was it Glasgow Angling Centre? I think it was Glasgow actually. Nonetheless, same place. Just want to quickly show you what it is. It's a 5-piece travel rod. I've been doing a lot of LRF fishing over the last couple of years. It is something that I love. This is kind of a LRF fishing, but not exactly. This is more of a light spinning rod. It's a Nomura Hero Narita 5-piece spinning rod. I love this thing. It's so good. It is quite light. They actually do 3 versions of this rod. They have a middle version and a heavier version as well, and I'm probably going to end up buying those. This rod is the lightest version, which 6.5 foot, 10 to 30 grams casting weight. It chucks a lure a long way, especially when you're using, like I am, a very nice little balanced reel with 12-pound braid. Set it with this and a nice little lure, metal lures, it chucks it a long way. And as you can see, it's just so tiny, look at it. And you'd think with a rod with 5 pieces, it would kind of impair the action in any way, but it really doesn't. I think these are fantastic travel rods. I'm not getting paid to say this, I wish I was, because I really like these things. For traveling, you cannot beat the size and the compact nature of this. Very quickly on lures, I haven't brought a lot with me because of weight and restrictions and all the rest of it. I've got basically everything in a tiny little box like this, all my swivels, all my beads, and my lures. I'm really traveling light because this is a family holiday, it wasn't necessarily a fishing holiday,
And I'm sure you guys have been there before, that it's hard to kind of juggle both. For lures, I'm using a lot of these little metal jigs. This one here, I'm not sure if you can see properly, is a Tic Tac 14 gram jig from HTO. I absolutely love these things. I use these a lot in the UK for pollock, cod, coalfish. They basically catch anything that swims. They're really, really good. I love these. They're so lifelike and they have a really nice action. Great jigs. A couple of slightly heavier 18 gram versions as well. And they just fit in that little box nicely, and with this rod setup it just goes for such a long way. So that is it. There's no rocket science to this, and with a nice little rod tube like that, there's no risk of any damage, getting it broken. It fits away in the main suitcase. The other half didn't even notice it, to be honest with you. Perfect. Absolutely, I love this setup. This is ideal for traveling, for fishing for different species. But like I said to you in the video, this is probably a little bit too light for some of the fish that you get out here. Those Spanish mackerel, if I was going to get one of the bigger ones, I think with this and the 12-pound braid, I'm seriously undergunned, and I would probably need to step up to the mid or the heavier version of this rod, maybe with like 20-pound braid. That would probably be a bit more suitable. So that's it. Quick tackle recap. Thanks for joining this video. There'll be plenty more coming your way really soon. Until the next one, right here on the Highland Hooker. Take care, and I'll speak soon.